The come near Bosuo na toye.
So we are because activity kind. So come, Mama Nakacha said the come and Bosuo and toye.
As I come and I do also catch and say a come near Bosuo, so no banwanya, the come near Bosuo besa towards
can't tell and now do also back. That's why I'm really here. A come near Bosuo, no, the pump, Mama, in the pump.
Gun of way, Yadin Sam Panam and Kabomuye, Anunti, Ubetia Unity Radio, a young Kabomukwa.
Why, Deputy Minister? What's our minister? What's our verse? Verse never a president, we are the so called president. And son, I was say, yes, I'm a true swabber, as I'm a president. The one and will be already president again, and be a African from a pencil. Will be a to me road. Could be a different road yet. After the last time I candidate, what a pass I didn't mean I had to go. What a purpose I made my way, I will pay where I candidate. But it, I didn't buy it.
Unity Radio, and the can for create ye.
Let me move to the next issue, which I spoke about earlier. The LGBTQI position. As the Patriotic Front, we beseech Zambians, all of us Zambians, as a people, not to allow the United States of America to impose its values in Zambia. This is not a duty only for the Patriotic Front. Hear me right. This is the duty of every Zambian. We must defend ourselves. Since both bilateral relations and foreign assistance of the United States is being tied to LGBTQI rights, Zambia may have to review its relationship with the USA, as the country should not abandon its norms, its national values, religious and cultural standing to please the Americans. The documents that I've referred to, I also quoted them. All of them are making reference to the fact that their aid, their support must be tied to a relationship with Russia and China on one hand, and the upholding of the human rights of the LGBTQI. If their support, if their bilateral relations with us is going to be subject to those conditions, then time has come for us in Zambia to start asking our questions. Is it worth a while? Remember that the Patriotic Front has been firm and steadfast on the matter. When President Edgar Chagwa Lungu was asked this question, he said very bluntly, if your money is tied to us changing our values, losing our religious orientation, keep your money. We shall keep our values.
We are saying no to homosexuality. Why should you say we're going to be civilized if we only allow it? I say we are very primitive now because we are frowning upon homosexuality. Even animals don't do it. Why should we be forced to do it? Because we want to be seen to be smart, to be seen to be civilized and advanced and so on.
Could make him change his mind on homosexuality.
But I don't know, to be honest with you, how far this matter will go. Because already you're tying it to aid. If that is how you're going to bring your aids, then I'm afraid the Western can leave us alone in our poverty and we will continue scrounging and struggling.
Pineapple
and see how
time!
we can,
so fun, but so hard to cut. It's unbelievable.
We uphold that position. Even in poverty, we want to maintain our
way. A big Joe Fraser, y'all. Me say Unity Radio.
Now, in all the figures that were mentioned as the valid broadcast and all those things, you were saying if the figures were correct, and that there were inconsistencies in the figures, I want to ask you, now, in your own calculation, what were the total valid votes cast in the presidential elections on 7 December 2020? In your own calculations. My Lord, those calculations are reserved for a meeting for us to reconcile the figures, because the first respondent herself keeps changing the figures. And so it says, when you bring your, excuse me, let's look at here, help the court. You see, when you started giving evidence, you said you had all the representatives across the 275 constituencies. You said you put agents as, to use the, yes, and they were to, collect the figures. You said it. Then he's asking you that from that, what figure did you get? You. My Lord, I haven't brought that figure to court. Okay. Then, from your own calculations, what were the valid votes cast in favor of the petitioner? To your knowledge. My Lord, when we discovered this discrepancy, it was difficult to even know which figures are. You don't know. You just answer. You don't know. I don't have them here. Okay. Then the last one. What figures from your own calculations did a certain respondent get as the total valid votes cast in his favor? My Lord, I don't have those figures here. Thank you. That's all.
Isaac Benye, Media Unity Radio 103.9, Unity Radio, Moyo Pabne.
This is why we got into the IMF. You were spending too much relative to revenues, which is true. You were borrowing too much, which is true. Your external payments position has deteriorated, which is true. And so you ended up, your growth is reducing, which is true. So you ended up at the IMF, and the IMF would impose certain conditions, which is true. And if you don't do certain things right, the anchor will not hold, which is true. So I'm not quite sure what it is that is not true that I said, but I think unfortunately the supporters of this government and this government itself are very reluctant to admit the truth even when it hits them in the face. Yeah.
Sure, thank you about that.
Sungavodia menadao yadigana bepiemu abrochire upensema ekoso efisema upensem a ekoso Ghana ene onua bebia obetia ne Unity Radio yekuram se twe
Nkwasiafo pa mo jimi MPP for jimi me will be stupid people. I don't know why I belong to that political party.
Sene me hu bia munyai me misi munyai me just your boy J Stone live on Unity Radio.
Anas video be do nyame. Some people for anhwe no mu kasa. Ya bo bia samwa, you have to be careful. I just bring the party down complete. If I bring the video, let's open your gun and bakupe at Obama ya. What Anas did as far back as 8th of February 2018. Anas as setting a ministers ni.
Ane ye kaya ye mwa se pimpim de he ase kire sen mumusu da ya ehyenitirim mumutirim asem Unity Radio nkwa na enim Unity Radio ya jiba bia boso.
Now we should be bold to criticize what you have said. Because NDC for that was what we saw at Tony. I don't know what argument what? That they NDC why over choosing from Ashanti region to a presidential candidate and now vice presidential candidate. I didn't think I'm there. If you have more kasa, and I'm target and away a knocker, and away a punky, and away a tree, and away and cry. Rubbish. They don't have the party. Anybody who is competent that can lead the party, irrespective of where you come from, who will vote for you. Non-FC. And this is what we have to do. They also choose either Northern or Votarian. I don't think anyone does over their party, the NDC party or Northerners or Votarian. Namukuha the Muankasa and a Mutagamo.
ebehuru bebree ebehim bebree amanfo be tonton sansan nanso menka na da upe asanim kiremu dia eno ani Unity Radio.
See, the language you use here is not technical.
Because we don't think.
Yeah, you learn it from a book. So the English you speak, when you go to America or England, they don't, what you say don't make sense to them. Do you know that? When our big men get up, the qualitability of the globalization, about the totality of the international global relay, all that.
Let's fast forward.
Check it out, Unity Radio in the move. Worcester, United States of America. Unity Radio by Yawa.
Look at here, my friend. Our problem is our leaders. You remember our great-great-grandmother? Yeah, Santwa. Did she depend on World Bank? Did she depend on Abrofo? She didn't. Right? And you change. Oduma kuma trading pong. Woso. Otutu tata. Baba bibi baba. You don't stand up for your rights. Democracy means if you do not criticize your condition, you understand, you're a traitor to the nation. Go see the council. Go see the people they got there. Dr. Kwamina Minimshi, he's there. Professor Dr. Mwasam Kwana Mishai, he's there. Dr. Professor Emeritus Kitwabiana Miredi, he's there. Nana Kuntumpo the first, he's there. Evangelist, Bishop, Asorisika Kwana Miria, they are there. They don't do nothing for you. We have no water. We have no light. Look, a small road they're building. They can't do it. From Accra to Kumasi should be a 4-lane highway. And I'll build it because I know how to build it.
Unity Radio and Kabomuye.
In the MPP. Say, Ubi free ha. And I'll be free.
I say MPP for the movie, you know, there's another damn pro. I can brass society and Mama Lord. That is allegation against him.
Momokasa Kwana just said, one for media my party. In Kanakro. 1998, 2008. Dr. Baumia, no member of the party. In fact, on the party in the year, because then General Secretary, Onito, me cried the board me charge, say Mama waiver, me cry na me boa party board, or man waiver, because Constitution say we need 5 years of party, you cannot be on the ticket. But a blue and a warmer president candidate Akufo-Addo, I was there, me call National Council meeting, honestly be a minimum. President Akufo was the president. Into another nomination by kasa kakra. Say until nipa be blow party won bia. Yes Debbie, una your candidate. Nipa open you very respect. Until General Secretary ma waiver. What is obi the bono ko do that. That was the biggest waiver in na me waiver me dey boan crofo. Umo ho a kire say boy o tachi man atunsu egu asidegu nu so oni scanti me say o ene mentua wa breath for party. E no for the boy me ko edu. So enti obi ka say ye use obi adampo na menti ase. Straight from say one member of the party near my card straight to number 2. Hey, I say I had the amount. Now, Vice President of the Republic is a big position. As a we now we do political career like that. That's what they can go pass it. And
we have to seek a step further.
Minkasa, but fa any day any nase emenyame. So what do I could do baby? Kese pa we say from nowhere. From nowhere.
2008 and now when you remember, as you say, yes. I saw you 5 years and son any big position.
That's the amount. So them John. And it's a party na anyway edinisa put your constitution. I'm a general secretary. Aye card amount. Aye waiver amount.
Achinkwana na minum bremuni adehye odi ahenkan kwa me yeboa me na da sem wo US nko adea eye Unity Radio ye tiera wu
na ya wada yasan ye meeting afro afena just say from nowhere afedi enkoti say Gabi ochire da kono ni meeting na sa radio so ade no kra ekoso no
who chairman san na shase na o person ye finance minister
no e dey profit na dey bebrene
so person ye finance minister
me person ye finance minister me na me mama
say we go read the first budget I held there
obi ha wo card ni bomu no
not up to who say man no day man day ankasa Unity Radio yaba ne yaba ba yawa
ezu yaba omo chi omo galamse no omo atu omumu yaba ma omo amnesty no omo asaba Mezu. Lojidi say, Emrebia omo from here. Omo emu omo ho. Enti yebe yi omo na yama omo another chance.
Yeni edemu no, yeni edemu no. Wooster bonten so obia tie Unity Radio.
NGC board in Namgana. Samia me pe adwuma ama ya manteni ya mabawa no. Me ba be chanka na nzemu. Nukra bako eni mo kra. Enye nukra ne, enye nukra oksa. Afro kese, NGC board
Yeni edemu no. Wooster bonten so obia tie Unity Radio.
Ya mobo wo Ghana. Eti sika so, o menya ohia mai. Nenam amamu a enkoyi enti no. Ekomde.
Yeni Unity Radio enkabomu ye.
Nembe shambo aminchindi so. Niko rupia mikosa bankese mumutua neba beti petrol so udu also ana petrol bua ana ekoso neba beti niema so nse neba me yafo is one brass of grad yafo there one and then only cake once a year.
Somewhere in Africa, with the field marshal in wisdom, the greatest philosopher, Elizato dropped the fire.
Some people are like ants that gather to lick sugar, and the moment they are done with the sugar, they walk away one after another.
Elizato.
No matter how pretty or cute your face might be, you will still be the food for worms. Set your arrogance aside and remember 6 feet.
Elizato.
Blood is no longer thicker than water. Nowadays, strangers help people more than relatives. Relatives only accept you when you are successful.
Elizato.
Cheating is a personal decision. Some will cheat no matter how good the relationship is, while others will never cheat no matter how bad the relationship gets.
Elizato.
It is not everything you see under skirt that you should hustle to eat, my brother. Some skirt contains snakes that will bite you and leave you uncomfortable and later disgrace you. Control your sex edge. Self-control, discipline and abstinence in most cases pays a lot.
Elizato.
For the fact that you are good in bed does not make you a man. A real man is the man who does not run away from his responsibilities but faces it squarely.
Elizato.
Do not date a lady because she has sexy curves, breasts and shapes. Those things are just packaging, and packaging can be very deceptive. Avoid such.
Elizato.
Until you pass the test of money and power, don't be too quick to conclude you are humble.
Elizato.
A lot of you ladies don't know what a good man is because money controls your loyalty.
Elizato.
If you always defend your children's mistake, one day you will hire a lawyer to defend their crime. Discipline is not child abuse.
Elizato.
On Judgment Day, I will show God my Ghanaian flag and Arsenal jersey. He will know I have suffered a lot.
Elizato.
African guys will never marry a single mother, but they will travel abroad and marry their grandmother.
Elizato.
Choosing a good father for your children is better than choosing a handsome husband for yourself. This is wisdom, not argument.
Elizato.
My sister, why do you put such an expensive hairstyle on the same head that failed mathematics?
Elizato.
The dream of every lazy girl is to marry a guy from a rich family or dating a sugar daddy. Don't be angry. This is a fact.
Elizato.
Thank you very much, my brother Ricky.
Unity Radio, the voice of the people.
me kwa toilet ne so bla ye toilet bia ne krom ha sei ana me se me kwa toilet ne so me dua na blaze su ne ba bia me koto pa ho no so ba kan ha woni ye adan sa toilet de bia ene mema wokoto so na be ma sesuni mo toilet kropa say krokaka ka nyina toilet ene afan ya wo hoyi ma ne mema nyina ne toilet ba ko so me kutu ya na so abakoto me nchen ade nchen na yesa eta me ne ko sa toilet ko no
de je say me ko toilet so so afo so de me e ba sa me so me nya dai o se me so tranchen na me so me nie na mo ko tonje ono nu afusi ade ma ba toilet so me so me de me ba so toilet so ba ko be mi nyina mi ni ngum ho mi ni ngum za o ko to so ba no esinchen so ko te sa brim pia so ani
na se eduru bebe e me ma no mo hyeda e na mo hu se ma na kwa na mo koso bi ana
dabi ebu ha o enza toilet se toilet bi kef du bu kef na o ba ni so na to o so toilet de o ntimi ni ngum ho o se de o ko du bie
obi a toilet de wo de na wa de koso na se toilet na de
toilet de me ko akọ ni e o ya kef toilet de ye si bia ye bu de kef ni atare ntensi ndu bu kef na o ba ni sisi we
na se mo kre ma na ha bo
e ma na ha ye what is your toilet so ye ba ko pe e fa ni nkwankwa ni e o ba ko no ba si so no me si so what is ndi toilet de enwum nkwa de enyina enwum nya ni abom comme je besie abana ntima besi bia ma enum manni sa.
For all the latest news, sports, politics, entertainment, health, traffic, weather, and more, listen to Unity Morning with Opo National, the only morning show you need. Now.
Empanifo kan wo mo sa aboa enwa wo hwe ne husu ya ye fa no wotope no kratrodo no wa opoku jamfi wa bin adwumam wanyi ababaye otope
asampayetia obayansafo so obunuya wonka na asam te mafutu sam kakre wa asopeme Kofi, Amaya woman, Amani Amamana, Penny baby, Ako, Watata, Jaya Warren, Onson, Waninipa, Nasadipa, Wofio, Yama Emberae, Abeya, Amaya woman, Amaya Mamana.
Sani hudonti anaboa kama di na chikwa abeso na nyansanfuo sayensem pa na apese wutie dia ene Worcester bonte so ha onua ya sanse Unity Radio ho na nsem no hwegu
asampayetia obayansafo so obunuya wonka na asam te mafutu sam kakre wa asopeme
Omaya woman, Omani Yamamana, Gini baby ako, Wachata Jaya Warren, Onsom, Wanini Pa, Asadipa Wofio, Yama Emberaye, Abeya, Ifuyana, Omaya woman, Omaya Mamana, Atiwaya Nora, Yamichata, Yamana Rega, Onso, Wanini Pa, Sawaya, Wanabe, Yamo Emberaye, Abeya, Ifuyana, Onso, Wanini Pa, Asadipa Wofio, Yamo Emberaye, Abeya, Ifuyana, Amabeya, Ifuyana, Asitebeya, Ifuyana, oh, Amabeya, Ifuyana, Yana, Yamo Emberaye, Abeya, Obrayu Arabo, Amabeya, Ifuyana, Emina, Yamo Emberaye, Abeya, Ifuyana, Ese, Amabeya, Ifuyana.
The Bama will be a chim will be a quama. I Unity Radio 103.9. What a purpose will do a DNA day, bro, nano pay. So, I'm a trying to be a tire and say, you do what update, bro. I've been a cost sporting arena. If you are not fair, you test more politics. Now, fair, your beautiful lines, let me be to me. I can so money be ya. So money be koswa. A jammy me also. A benja phone there. Ana am your phone there. Say you jaw more. O me no ma on their own way. By then one a omo ye to about omo to about ma ye dey to about mom kwatra ho. Eti bibi bia ye say ka ma tento mom to wi adwuma deda na akwam no na say ye me ne wo na ebo ho man na bibia yetumi di ye man Ghana esi wo wasa ge wa audio fidi atua na no pe bia ye ka cho say do ase ne samu achi e mo akwaba ne ka cha man for say